Thanks for tuning in. I'm Tunza, and this is a quick breakdown from our podcast, The Nerdleg Game Club. In this episode, we cover Blade Prince Academy. If you'd like to hear our full thoughts and conversations, that video will be in the link in the description.
Welcome to the Nerdleg Game Club podcast, a video game podcast where we all play the same game, and then we talk about it. I'm Corey, and I'm joined by 4 party members today. Laura Ann.
Hi.
What was that?
And Tunza.
Hello.
Dan Boy.
Ew.
And Hipker.
Hey.
In this episode of the Game Club, we're regaining control of an academy as we play through Blade Prince Academy. Jeez, that was a mouthful. This was our game for the month of April. Blade Prince Academy was released on March 7th, 2024 on Just PC. Blade Prince Academy was developed by Angel Core and published by Fire Squid. Angel Core hasn't developed any other games, but have written illustrated stories and manga using the characters and world from this one, which I thought was kind of neat. I'm going to give a quick summary of the story to this game, but before that, I want to give a spoiler warning, and I would recommend playing Blade Prince Academy every time I want to say blood before listening to this episode. This game has us playing as Phobos. Phobos. I don't know how to say his name. And
I
other
Phobos.
Phobos.
Same.
I don't know. I've been changing it throughout my entire playthrough of the game.
That's fine.
Same.
Him and other students at the Blade Prince Academy were attacked by some unknown enemy, and were tasked with defending the city of Abjectia and regaining control over the city and various areas. There's more to the story, but it relates kind of to the gameplay, so I'll hold on to that for now. And with all that being said, I'm going to throw it over to Tunza, where he's going to talk about the gameplay and mechanics for Blade Prince Academy.
What? But okay, it is a real-time with pause game, as much as I feel like it's not as action-slashy when I think of that. I think more of a Dragon Age. But it has a combo system where everybody has abilities that are tied together. Like Taunt can be combined with certain AoE abilities and stack. You have positioning, mainly just move your guys, fight enemies, deal with debuffs and stuff. And then that's for gameplay, I guess. And you can, pause, set up your attack, and then pause every attack and have them all go in a row if you want. And then outside of combat, there's all packs, talents, and the academy life. Kind of think of like Persona, like building relationships that help you build up stat points. And then the packs are like would you consider them just buffs?
Well, they're kind of like a mix of buff and debuffs, because like it'll give you something of one stat and lower something else.
Of another, yeah, depending on which one you do, and they can stack, and then you eventually can re-roll them and like add, like, if you need bleed resistance, you can eventually, once you level up the packs, you can starting to spec into certain things with those cards, like a card system for all your buffs and stuff. I don't know how deep we want to go with that. And then there's 4 party members. Each of them have a designated role, like defense, attacker, healer, ranged. I don't remember what the range was called.
There's like elemental, there's like mage, there's the sniper class, which would be range. Then there's like there's like 2 of each. Kinda.
Yeah, because everything is weirdly broken down. Like the elementalists are still defense, and then what's his face that I used all the time was like a colossal, and I used him he was a defense. They have like their main roles, like your tank, DPS, and healer in a way.
I would say that you use 4 characters per mission, but you have a total of 10.
Yeah.
That you get for the entire.
And then the game progresses by mission based for each area. Each area you run in, clear, do whatever you need to do. There's a shopkeep. Kind of, it reminds me a lot of Hades in a way. Like the shopkeep drops. You go there, you can upgrade your thing and then move to the next area. But you take them in and out. There's no like one run. It's not like a roguelike.
Yeah, like you have a max amount of packs you can put per character, and then You can buy
You
those
can upgrade
using
those
like
packs.
skull. There's like skull currency, and you can upgrade like your healing potions. You can upgrade like how long it takes to recharge energy because you can't take one character into everything. You'll eventually need to let them rest.
In beds. They talk at a park.
Yeah, it's so
There's
weird.
relationship stuff. Took me forever to figure out that party mechanic because I just would go into a mission and not assign a person.
Oh hell yeah!
I never
Max
figured
level
out the party
party
system. Mine
You
was
have to
0 every time.
You had to. It's when you hit start a mission. It's you have when you're picking your people for the mission. You have to put it there. Like you assign somebody to host the party, and then you give them like like it basically does like a budget thing. And then that drains their energy too, so they have to be swapped out at certain points too.
Yeah, I think that
Can't swap
covers
anyone
it
out.
in terms
Yeah,
of.
I think so. I think it's like in depth, but also very basic, and I don't know how well to describe it.
No, I think that covers it. Let's move on to Lauren, where she'll talk about the art design for Blade Prince Academy.
Okay, so I think the art's where it really excels compared to everything else. It's got like a manga, anime, like webtoon art style. Is the way I would describe it anyways. It's very much like a lot of the characters have like different styles of hair or brightly colored. Their eyes are big. There's different like races. There's elves. There's, more like
Furries.
an animal, yeah, type of character. It's colorful. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's very much like anime manga style. They even say that's like completely what it was inspired by.
Yeah, and that has turned into its own series of books.
Yeah. Yep, it's turned into its own series of books. And then I'll say the like dungeon areas, the more environment, I would say have more like I don't know. They have like a lot of like biohazard type of stuff. And I don't know if you would consider them kind of like a warehouse type of thing.
Yeah, the environments are weird because like they're done pretty well, but it's like the same thing through the whole area.
It's a square grid.
Yeah. Yep.
In terms of like when you go to the casino, like it's just the casino, like it doesn't change much. When you go to the garden, it doesn't change much. So there's very limited areas, and they do look well, like they all look pretty good, but it's just a matter of like they don't change too much. It kind of always feels like you're just going through the same area over and over again, and that's especially present like later in the game.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, I think the art excels in the aspect of, like, it visually looks really good. Like, I think it's very unique looking, stuff like that. It has a good look to it. There's not, like, a lot of, like, differentiating things when it comes to the environment art, but the characters are all cool.
Yeah, the character art's where it stands out, and those little still, like, cutscene type things.
Yeah,
really
sure.
good.
Yeah, the conversations that take place where like they show emotion or anger, like or when they cry, like you actually see like the tears on the design, and they're moving their bodies and stuff. So it's not just like a still image, like static image, like I wouldn't say a lot, but a good amount of like visual novels or like that style of dialogue. It's just them standing there or just a picture of them, and I think they do well making the characters feel more lively.
Agreed.
But yeah, overall, I like the art design. I think you're right, Lauren. I think this is where this game excels, and it's the top portion of where this excels, because there's a lot of other things that it does not do well with. But anyways, we'll move on to sound design and music. So Dan, how about you tell us about that for Blade Prince Academy?
It's all just kind of meh to me anyways. Like, I feel like I don't remember any of the music that was playing or anything. I feel like whenever I played, I was just kind of over it, and then I'd just play music like on the side. There's no voice acting, everything's just, red. I mean, the sounds of like the enemies and like the barrels exploding, they're just okay. The sounds really aren't anything to like write home about. They're just kind of there and just okay, I guess.
I don't remember what. I think it's the first area, but there's like when you're chasing after what's his name, Acid Hair or whatever.
Yeah.
They play like that Rager like song, like bumping like techno. I don't know what that is. That's pretty good actually. Like, but that's the only one I know. Like I can remember. The rest are kind of just like background noise.
I like the credit song. I feel like that was actual song, but maybe I was just mistaken.
I don't know. My credits were all screwed up. I was at the main menu
Same.
while the credits were rolling.
Yeah, it was just
and it was just
rare. It, like,
silent.
it had sound. It was just, but it was like you could move your mouse and it was like selecting a mission, but the credits were rolling, and I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it was the same.
Like it's
for
like
me.
it's just like an overlay over the game, and I was like, and it was playing
the
it.
credits, so
It was playing it was playing music, and I was like, okay, like
yeah, I thought it was just
feel like I liked
broken.
it.
Like
Yeah,
I didn't
I
have
had a
any
lot of bugs
noise
in
or
this game.
anything, and it was just like, okay, well, I don't know if this was supposed to go to another screen and play the credits, and then it didn't do what it was supposed to. But you know, this game is that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's we'll move on. We're just gonna open up. But I was telling her, I was like, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, this may be the buggiest game we've ever played on the podcast.
think
In
so.
terms of like, it just does like weird shit to everybody all the time.
Yeah, it's up there with what Nero for me. Nero was really, really buggy for me. But this it was like broken like every mission.
But and this is kind of my like claim to that is like you had issues with Nero, but the rest of us didn't. All of us had issues with this game, and it's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
I even had an issue with the sizing where like the buttons on the menu were like overlapping each other, so I had to
Yep,
change the
same.
size of my screen just to get buttons to not be
That
over other
might-
buttons.
I say
Yep,
that might
same.
just be because you guys play on like those wide monitors. I didn't have any
Yeah.
problem with the overlay.
Yeah, it had a issue where there was even stuff that was just off the screen, like you couldn't see it at all, or it was underneath other stuff in the
I
UI.
say it
It was bad.
probably just isn't made for those ultra wide screens. Was the problem?
I had
Yeah.
I tried to play on the Steam Deck, and like it's controller supported, so like lets you go in like I thought it would be no issue. And then when you select your characters for the mission, it won't let you place them.
Yeah,
just-
I saw people were complaining about that.
Yeah, it just doesn't let you progress past it. Like you
And-
can't even put them down. And I
Don't
was like,
worry.
this-
The dev replied to one of the bad reviews about that, about how they were refunding it 2 years ago, and said they're working on a fix for it 2 years ago. So
Well,
any day now, we'll get that fixed.
Listen, I was reading reviews and they said that it was actually worse when it came out than it is now.
I feel like there's no way. I guess there's
They
a way.
said they released a couple patches when it first came out and it got better, but it's still that bad.
Yeah, it's tough.
Speaking of the reviews, you know what pisses me off about reviews on Steam? These people that have no playtime in it and they give it a good review.
Or
Genuinely, why?
Or the reverse.
the
yeah,
one that
yeah,
bothers
so
me-
either way.
this is like
So
I have 10,000
boring.
hours in that game. Fuck this game, and
yeah,
that's all. they put.
worst game ever. It's like you played it for 1,000 hours.
You played 1,000 hours.
Like,
You've ever
this
achieved
person-
it.
This person has 7 minutes in it and recommends it and said it's a good game.
Well, I think
we'll
a
get
weird
to
thing-
the reviews.
I wonder if it's like the visual novels or whatever it is. Like those fans come to the game just to support like that aspect.
Yeah, and I
Might
Like
be.
a good
wish they
visual
wouldn't.
novel.
I think they
Yeah,
should
or-
stick to it.
or-
I'm glad they haven't made a second game.
All right, let's go to time to complete unless you guys have anything else.
I'm good.
All right,
Um,
so we'll find out how long it took each one of us to complete the game. So starting with Dan, how long did it take you?
So, hold on. According to Steam, okay, and I will get into this, I have 8.3 hours. But I was at 2.5 whenever I had to restart. So I would say it took me like 6 hours to actually like complete from start to finish of the game.
Okay. Hip.
5.2. And that was with a lot of AFK time, too.
Yeah, a lot of issues. I was at 9 even, but I'm pretty sure it's probably closer to 8 with all the redoing missions over and over again. If I had to make a stab at it, Lauren.
So I did not finish the game. I'll throw it out there now. I had over 10 hours into it, and I had so many issues with it that I wasn't going to continue to play at all. But I did make it to the last area.
Yeah, you probably if everything worked properly, you probably have maybe another hour. Was where
Yeah,
you're
I
at.
just. Whew.
Yeah, Tunza.
8.1.
I think I'm probably around where you are.
I mean, I've also it's hard to gauge because it's like everybody redid everything so many times. You had to quit out, you had to do all that stuff. So it's like I don't even know what time, because the missions don't feel like when they worked. It felt like they went really quick. So I don't even know.
Agreed. Yeah.
Especially some of those like last area missions, like the invasion. Like, oh, get across the bridge. That mission takes 5 minutes from start to
Right.
finish with all dialogue, everything. It's a 5-minute mission, but if it doesn't trigger, then it's 35-minute mission because you're doing it 9 times.
They also had to add the whole energy system to up your playtime a little bit.
Yeah, which doesn't really add anything. I mean, as you
I
spend
feel
money,
like
you
that-
just click advance week, takes 2 seconds, read all of them, spending your money, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right,
I feel like
so
they did that so you play with other people, but then they didn't
yeah,
do it right.
yeah, you're absolutely right. It should have taken longer, or like you should have had to do
I-
a mission or something.
I think
Yeah.
if they made it so you had to do a mission, I want to finish this game. I want to finish this. You cannot catch me going back to playing other missions.
Here in like 6 months, we see he has 197 hours.
He's grinding.
Yeah, he's out here grinding.
Grinding what? There's
You-
nothing
I
to
don't know.
grind.
You
The
just
same
love
4 missions.
You love the gameplay. You just want to play it over and over again.
I don't. I hated the gameplay so much.
All right. So each episode we go around and we find out if we would recommend the game and why or why not. So starting with Hip, would you recommend this game and why or why not?
I think it's obvious what I'm gonna say.
You loved it.
I
10
will,
out of 10.
I will not recommend it. The energy system, garbage. The combat, garbage. The only good thing about this game was the novel part, and I didn't even care about it because I was not invested in the game because it was garbage.
I think it has potential. I just don't think it needed a
think
lot
if
more polish.
I think if a good studio made it, it has potential. Let a different good studio make the game, and then they can make the story since they're apparently good with their graphic novels.
Yeah, I mean, 4 books off of the lore of this game. So
Have a good studio make the next one.
yeah, I agree.
It might be good.
Dan?
I would not recommend it. Honestly, I will say, at least to me, I think this might have been the worst game we've played on the podcast. Just
Really?
saying.
What about the
Yeah.
Postman game? That game's still out there.
Yes, so that's saying something. I would prefer to be delivering mail again than
I would
having
not.
to watch my person stand in place and I have to not use that one character through a fucking level.
Tunza?
Yeah, it's a no for me too. The real time of pause is so unresponsive to. It would take me 10 times to get him to do what I want, even if that system wasn't there. Like I could never get him to do what I wanted. Like they wouldn't use their abilities. The art's cool. I think the art is the standout. The relationship building, good for their novels. Maybe bring it back either as a visual novel or not a real time with pause game, like a strategy game. Do something like action, make like a Ys or something.
Lauren?
So, as it is currently, I would say no. What I will say is, I do agree that it has potential. If, like Hip said, somebody else had made it for the mechanics, stuff like that, it wasn't super broken. There's a ton of potential for that game to be good. If you would ask me this probably 6 hours ago, I would have had a different opinion, but I think the combat could be really good. I think the relationships and the dialogue and stuff could be really good. The art is great. It looks great. I just think with how broken it is, I would say no. If somebody remade it, a different studio did that portion, and you just let the same people do the art and story, I would be all for it. So,
I also wouldn't recommend it, but I feel like I'd be a little less harsh than everybody. When it works, I had fun. I like the character designs. I like the world they're building, the things that people can do. I just hate having to deal with, is this going to trigger, or am I going to have to redo the whole mission? It's a Kickstarter game, so it's impressive we got it at all based on the
True.
track record of Kickstarter. Now that we've talked about it, I would love to have like the Nier treatment. So like Nier comes out, the guy can make a story out of a rock and you would cry. He's crazy good at telling stories. But when it first released, it had a rough gameplay. But then when they re-released it later on, they had another studio do the combat, which made it faster, more responsive, like way, way different. So I would love to see that with something like this. Take like I think tons of you mentioned it earlier. Take like the studio does like Hades, for instance. Have them do the gameplay and this team do the story and the art. And I think that game's it's great. I think it would turn out great. But as it stands, it's a not recommend. They made a good
Across
shot.
the board.
Yeah, it's
If you see what, it's just really broken.
yeah, if like I said, if it wasn't buggy, I probably would recommend it, but I just can't. I can't go out and be like, buy this game, especially when it's full price for $20 or whatever it was,
right.
and be like,
Just 20
and then
bucks.
you're gonna have to close it 100 times to get through the whole game because things aren't gonna trigger.
And things might not work when they're supposed to, anyways.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
I think I'm gonna say it. I'd rather play Days After, whatever that zombie game was, than this.
The,
I don't know what that
the
one is.
AI like.
The AI one that was
That's
released
crazy.
in
Oh,
the
the
days
day
that the studio
The
shut
day
down.
before.
The day before.
I was like,
Oh,
what
yeah,
are you
that good
talking
game that I
about?
played for like an hour.
All right, so we kind of already dabbled in it a little bit, but each episode we go around and talk about reviews for the game that we're playing, see if we can find any good, bad, or funny ones. So, Hip, do you have anything this time around?
So speaking of Hades, another person that pisses me off. This person said, "Play this while you wait for Hades." They put 8 minutes into the game. Why are you leaving a positive review? Why are you reviewing the game at all?
I don't know.
8-minute
Uh,
review.
Cute game, 7 minutes played. Why are you leaving a positive review? Like,
Now, why are
it's
you leaving any?
a lot of people that are negative reviewing it. It's about just the game in general.
Lots of bugs. Everybody's
Yeah,
reporting
like,
bugs.
Basically, the positive reviews are just people saying, "Oh, it's a nice looking game."
Which it is.
Yeah. Oh, I lost the one review I was going to talk about. Wait, I need to find it. It's very important.
It's very important.
Yeah, I don't know where this one went, but a lot of people were asking for cloud save. No, it was a guy that had like an hour in the game, something like that, and he was like, "Oh, good game so far. Can't wait to play more." And he posted it in 2024 and has not played it since.
That sounds like this group.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mixed reviews. I seen that earlier and last night when I was trying to see if there was something I needed to do to fix that bug, but
Which
it is.
I
It's very
think
much
it's-
like it's a game with potential, but is just too broken, and they've kind of abandoned it at this point where it's not going to get fixed.
Oh, this
Oh, yeah.
person this person has the same gist that y'all had of this person put 19 hours into it. So I feel like they have, a pretty good reasoning to review it. This game is nice, but it's clearly not finished. There are too many bugs and unclear things during the game. But the worst is, by mistake, I clicked on new games to continue and lost all my progress.
Oh man, that would suck.
I'd be so upset.
Yeah. All the developers said was, there's a way to recover manually your deleted save. You'll just have to go into your files and look for it. How about we just put a confirmation on the new game? Like, is it that hard?
Like I said, it needs work, but it's never gonna get it because they've moved in the direction of books and manga.
They said
Maybe
we
that's
can
the
make
goal all along.
we can make actual money and make good stuff if we go to books.
They
And you know, I'm
also-
thankful they did it.
This game was called something else when it was originally released, and it still has a Steam page.
Yeah?
Did you guys see that?
No.
Let me see if I can find it real
Oh.
fast.
What the hell? I missed out on a whole different character.
The deal, yeah, it's just
The Clef DLC where you get a poison rat.
What
Man.
was the other game called? The original Wicked Aeons is what it was called originally, and if you look it up on Steam, the page still exists.
What was it?
Wicked Aeons, like AEONE or AEONS. It's the same exact game, and in the description it says like this game is now Blade Prince Academy.
Oh, I can't find it.
You may not find it. I don't know if you can find it through like the Steam app, but if you like Google it, it pops up.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting that they name changed it, but it's the exact same game. In my opinion, some of these kind of look better, like the UI and stuff. Looks
Yeah.
better.
The UI looks a lot better.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure. Looks like you could also get like skins
It looks
for your
like
characters.
No, I don't even think it's skins. There's a whole recruitment office. There's not these dumb characters. You literally can re-roll.
So you would
people.
like build your own characters. That's interesting.
You'd build your own academy.
I wonder.
Like, it looks like there's
weird choices there, right?
It looks like there's some of the original characters, but like the
Yeah.
sniper cat person and the main guy. But besides that, it looks like you can just recruit people.
Oh, this looks way better.
Yeah, interesting.
I like the way the talent tree works.
Maybe that's why people were talking about, oh, the demo seemed like it had good.
Yeah, and then
Had
they
something
like
good going.
changed it and looks not as good. But all right, so next one. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.